Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you all here with me today. So today I'm going to be playing in my alphabet glue book. It's just a very easy, mindless, fun, relaxing way to glue. Great for beginners and people of all ages. I really like it. Over the weekend, I cut up a bunch of images for this glue book. I think about 55 items I have here to glue. And every page has like a 2-page layout, except for the last 4 pages, or last 6 letters of the alphabet, I should say. This glue book was made using some colored copy paper, and I did sew my signature together with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and then it goes into my no-sew glue book, and I take it out to glue in it. It has 12 pieces of paper because I'm only using 1/2 of the paper for the last 6 letters of the alphabet because they're just so hard to find images for. But if you want to do the full alphabet and have a double page layout, you'll need 13 pieces of paper. So those are feet right there. I had started this video out talking, but I ended up with a massive headache. And I realized partway through I wasn't even talking anymore, and I didn't realize it. So somebody had asked in my comment section why I put those there, and those are feet. That's why I put those there. And what's cool about this is for my alphabet glue book, I add the letter, I add images that start with that letter, and words that start with that letter, because for me, that's just so much easier. And this is so much fun to do. I love this because I don't really have to think at all. I can just glue. And I like, okay, so with this one right here, I'm showing last time I had one and I used it as a pennant. This time I'm going to use it as a bunting or as a banner. So I'm going to put that right there, and it fit perfect. Oh my gosh, so many of these images fit perfectly in a spot, and it was so satisfying. You guys know, if you've been a part of my channel for any amount of time, I am a perfectionist. I do work on that, trying not to let things be too perfect because I obsess about it, and I work really hard on not doing that so that I can just enjoy my art. But at the same time, realizing that is who I am as a person, so I don't want to take that away. So when I realize I'm starting to fixate too much on something, I try and, reel myself back in and just let it go. You'll hear me talk a lot while I'm doing stuff, saying, while I'm gluing, I'll say, oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it, Nicole. Like I talk to myself out loud. I know, it's ridiculous, but, someone's got to cheer a girl on. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. We had a very laid-back weekend. My husband was very excited. He got to do a lot of smoking in his smoker. He made 20 stuffed brats. He gets these special brats, and then he stuffs a bunch of stuff in the casing. It has like jalapenos and cheese and all kinds of stuff. And then he makes those and freezes them because they heat up very nicely once frozen or whatever. And so he takes them for lunch, and then his coworkers wanted some as well, so he made some for them. He also made a huge pork loin that was really good. And what else did he make? Oh, he made bacon wrapped prawns. If you've never had those, so good. You take a prawn and you get thinner bacon if you can. Thin bacon works out best. We cut our bacon in half. And then you wrap your bacon around your prawn, and then you put brown sugar on the top, and then you bake them until your bacon's done. Basically, your shrimp will be done. Uncooked shrimp you start with. Anyways, they're to die for, and he put those in the smoker as well. We've never done those in the smoker before, and that was delicious. This S page gets almost totally filled up in the session. I am almost done with this alphabet glue book, and it is so fun. So in my no-sew glue book, I have 3 signatures currently, 2 random gluing signatures, a folder, and then also my alphabet glue book. And then I think I'm going to do another one, another signature in there, either a color glue book, a doodle book, or I was thinking maybe more of like a vintage style or something along those lines. Here we have a lemon. And I was talking about how with this lemon photo, it is big and I could have cut off like half of it on the left side, but I just leave those images bigger like that because I can overlap and put something over the top of part of that image if I need to. Look how cute that little apple looks right there. It just pops, doesn't it? If you can believe it, I think I put down like 60 images or something. I think I had like 55 that I had cut out and then I had some others. Some of my pages have nothing on them yet. I know, it's crazy. I need to like really hunt for those kind of items. When I saw this massive Y in a magazine, I about died because, hello, Y is hard. Now listen, if you use images from books or you come up with your images beforehand or whatever, this might be easier, but I'm looking for all of my images in magazines. So yes, I could look for yarn, a yak, a yo-yo, things like that, but you don't see those things all the time. So that's why I choose to use words as well as letters. It makes it so much easier. And then I found these colorful garden hoses and I was freaking out about it because I was like, yes, Normally I would use that image as like a background in my big random glue book because I love to use color in that glue book. But they fit here perfect. Oh, it's perfection. I love it. Me just scraping out all the glue. Today we are going to announce the winners of February's image giveaway. So why don't we do that right now, actually? I think that would be a great idea. Before I announce who the winners are, if the winners could please email me at relaxcutglue@gmail.com and let me know your name, your YouTube handle name, and your address so I could get your images sent out to you. If you don't remember what my email is, you can refer back to this video or it will be in the description box. All right, without further ado, the winners are... Congratulations, ladies. Don't forget to email me and I will get your packages sent out to you ASAP. We have to start doing some harvesting for March's basket. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm having so much fun filling up my basket. For April, I think I will have double winners because that is my YouTube anniversary month. So that will be fun. My anniversary is actually on the end of April, so that's perfect. Oh, that'll be fun. Okay, but we're on March. So I will be doing some magazine harvesting videos so we can get some more fun things in that basket. It'll be real nice. Here are some palm trees. So what's really cool about my alphabet glue book, for me personally, is I get more out of my magazines when I do something like this because I use images that I wouldn't normally use in my other glue books. I mean, some yes and some no. I look through my magazines and a lot of times I look at the ads or I look at catalogs and I find things that start with that letter, that I wouldn't normally cut out. So those palm trees were actually in an advertisement. There was words and all kinds of stuff all around those, but I just cut them out and they work perfect in here. Yes, I could use those in my other glue books as well, but I'm more hyper-focused on finding things like that. Another thing I use a lot is like QR codes for the letter Q. You can see my little pile there. But I cut out things that I just normally wouldn't and put them in here because they start with that letter and that's perfect. I'm getting more out of my magazines. I love that hot dog right there. That I would use in my other glue books. It's just perfect the way it is. Oh my gosh. I do kind of battle back and forth a little bit about whether I want to use it in here and another glue book. And I'm like, Nicole, don't be ridiculous. It's still going in a glue book. It's fine. But you know how we get when we find that like really good image and then we hoard it and we don't want to use it, which I've learned over the years that it does no good just sitting there in your basket. One, it could get lost. It could get torn or ruined, wrinkled, whatever. And it's not doing any good just sitting in there. Show it some love and slap it in a glue book and give it a home. That's what I do now. I say that, but as I say that, I'm totally contradicting myself because I do have this image of a mouth that I have been hoarding for a very long time, only because I have an idea for it and I'm just waiting for that right image. But I did hoard it because it was so good. I've shown it in some of my glue books recently and I haven't used it yet. I used it. I've almost used it in that weird glue book page I did the other day with the weird eyeballs with the eggs. Yeah. Oh, and I was so excited. So I found a woman doing yoga. So I cut that out. See, like I probably wouldn't use that in my regular glue books. I probably wouldn't have cut out those people skiing, you know, things like that. That's a snowmobile. Here I have a hamburger. There's no cheese on it, so we just have a hamburger. The H's are just popping, man. I was finding so many things with the H. It was great. It's funny how with one glue book, you can do the same style. And like my other alphabet glue book, I wasn't finding as many H's, but I was finding a ton of W's. Just a ton. W is very easy for me. I don't know. Here we have some avocado toast. Love that. So good. And what's really interesting too is that you can use these in lots of different pages. I talked about this last time I played in this glue book. So like here we have a teapot. You could put it under kettle. You could put it under pot. You could put it under tea. So lots of these things could go under multiple different things. For instance, the one I'm holding right now, I could put this under D for dog, but I'm going to put it under F for fence because the majority of the photo is of the fence, for one. And two, F is harder for me to find things for than D. So fence it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that's how I choose which page to put it on. I always choose the one that needs it most. Look at these Cuisinart knives. Oh my gosh, I love the colors. It reminds me of a set you would find like at Costco. Or Sam's Club, I guess, for the other parts of the United States. But yeah, those are cute. I liked how they were rainbow. Here we have a trolley. So cute. Absolutely love it. First of all, I didn't know trolleys went along the countryside. When I think of a trolley, I think of San Francisco. I don't think of a trolley going through wine country or whatever, but that's cool. I would love to go on that trolley. That looks fun. Here we have a train. What a cool image of a train. Am I right? Oh my gosh, I love it. My hairstylist husband is an engineer. He drives, I guess. You drive a train? Steer a train? I don't know how that works because they're on rails, but that's neither here nor there. And then I found a pink Jeep. What? How cool is that? I love it. Love that pink Jeep. I would totally rock that. However, I would be worried that a bird would poop on my head. I don't know. I think convertibles are great, but one, I would get sunburned. Two, my hair would become a rat's nest. And three, I'd be worried that a bird would poop on my head. So that other image was water park, and I love that image. And I decided not to cut it down to put it under W because W is pretty easy for me to find things, like I was just saying a minute ago. So I'm going to save the water park image for probably my big random. And then I added a roller coaster. Fun story about, well, I don't know. It's interesting when you lose somebody in your life. Eventually, once you're healing from the grief, you get excited or you think differently when you see something that reminds you of somebody. So the roller coaster image reminded me of my dad. So next month, he will have passed on 3 years ago. So he's been gone for 2 years, almost 3 years. And when we went to, oh gosh, was it in Florida? I think we were in Florida, maybe at Disney World. I think it was Disney World or something like that. There was this roller coaster and I really wanted to go on it, but nobody in my family likes roller coasters. I think they make my mom sick. My sister, I think, was too young or too small to go on it at the time. We're 5 years apart. And then my dad, he gets motion sickness, but I didn't know this. And so he went on it with me because he wanted me to be able to experience that. Now, this was one of those massive roller coasters that goes upside down, sideways, the whole shebang. Okay. It was terrifying and it was awesome. However, my poor dad got so sick. He was throwing up for the rest of the day and I felt so bad. But when I think back now, I'm like, wow, that is pretty amazing. You knew you were going to get sick, but you wanted your daughter to have a good time. So you went on it anyways, you know? So I don't know. It's funny how those little things, you know, I'm just sitting here fussy cutting and cutting out images for an alphabet glue book. And I see an image of a roller coaster and it makes me think of my dad. So I don't know. That was kind of an interesting story. Yeah, I felt so bad for my dad. He was so sick. He was so sick. But it was fun. It was a good time. I don't think he ever went on a roller coaster ever again, though. I guarantee he never did. I know he didn't with me, so I'm pretty sure he never did again. What is this one again? Oh, yeah, they're sheep. I have a bunch of sheep, and then I ended up cutting this one because I didn't need all the other sheep, and it just wasn't really fitting anywhere. So I just cut off those other little sheepettes. My S is really coming along. It's almost done. And I like finding interesting things too. I mean, for W, I could put a ton of watches and things like that, you know, that we see a ton of in magazines. Oh, I couldn't find my scraper tool and I'm looking everywhere for it. I thought it was in my book. Guess where I found it? Any guesses? In my garbage. That's right. I accidentally threw it away. Wow. I was just having so much fun and I'm just tossing everything aside and I threw away my scraper tool. Not cool, man. Yeah, like these jelly bellies, jelly beans. This was an ad for jelly beans and I just cut everything off around it. And then like for my P, I found a pyramid. Like how often do you see a pyramid in a magazine? It's just fun to find like interesting things that go with that letter. This glue book would be great for beginners because you really don't have to think about your composition and how everything goes except for does it fit or not. Simple. That was Zoe Deschanel, by the way, on Z, and I was super excited when I saw her because Z is hard to find. That's really great, but this would also be good to take traveling if you're, you know, going on a cruise or even going to the doctor's office, you know, you're going to be there for a bit or vacation, whatever, because all you have to do is pre-cut your items out and they just go, you know, wherever. Super easy. And in my no-sew glue book, I have a folder in there and that's where I keep my images. And some of these you'll see I toss kind of in a pile above me. I keep that pile there and sometimes things don't fit in the moment, but they might fit later once I add more things, like I can put them on top. So I kind of toss them aside for now and I'll come back to them later. Because I like to put down, as you can see here, I use square images to cover my pages first, squares and rectangles. And then I come in with some fussy cuts and, ooh, I just scraped my teeth together. Ooh, I hate the way that feels. Then I come in with some fussy cuts and kind of decorate with that. But you don't have to do it this way. And one of the reasons why I added colored paper, for one, it just looks more appealing. Two, the edges, you still see all the color. And three, if I didn't want to add, you know, if there was a little bit of space between images, it would still look fine because there's color back there. You know what I mean? So that's why I used colored paper. All right, everyone, that is going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love it if you stuck around. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.